Live from WTVO 17 and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
State line first responders react to a police reform amendment they say threatens public safety, while a state representative says it'll do just the opposite.
A Rockford apartment building burns again. This time it's deadly. Investigators look at what this fire had in common with one just a few months ago.
Plus, get your snow tools ready. This year's Illinois Snow Sculpting competition pays tribute to a four-city leader. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson. Local law enforcement agencies team up to shut down a police reform amendment working its way through Springfield.
Part of a controversial House bill, the amendment would include sweeping changes to cash bail, use of force policy, and court liability. The state line's top cops tell Michelle Rave more police need to be looped into the conversation.
This is an attack on the community. This is an attack on victims of crime. Now, I want to stress this. This is an attack on victims of crime and attack on the community, not law enforcement.
Condemning the amendment, law enforcement across the state line is calling out part of a House bill dealing with criminal justice reforms. The over 600-page reform calls for a statewide use of force policy, mandatory use of body cameras for all officers, and holds officers liable for civil suits if they violate a person's constitutional rights.
This bill will force multiple unfunded mandates on police departments with additional threats in funding cuts if all the mandates are not met. There's a lot of police departments across the state that will not be able to meet the requirements that the bill puts into place.
Another worry is the amendment includes a lot of things like body cameras, which require funding, but no money is included.
People are scared about the funding. We'll be working on funding too. This doesn't go into immediate action. This waits until July to happen. So the Black Caucus will be working from now to July to make sure we have funding.
Winnebago County Sheriff Gary Caruana has been vocal against this amendment since it was introduced last week. He says that this seems to have been pushed through quickly and wants law enforcement to have a say.
We want to sit down and we want to have good cerebral conversation with the lawmakers, with law enforcement, with the agencies, meaning the Sheriff's Association or Illinois Chiefs of Police.
Local State Representative Maurice West is part of the Legislative Black Caucus, which helped write the amendment. He says he has no problems meeting with local law enforcement.
We're going to have coffee when I come home, and we're going to talk about this, even if it passes or if it doesn't pass. Either way, you and I are going to have a conversation. I'm looking forward to it.
Reporting in Rockford for your home team, I'm Michelle Rave.
Head to mystateline.com for links to the entire police reform amendment. You can also find additional Eyewitness News coverage on other elements of the bill, as well as Michelle's complete interview with Representative West.
Investigators released the name of the Rockford man killed in a shooting over the weekend. Officers found 26-year-old Ezekiel Ingram shot several times on Webster Avenue Sunday night. He died at the hospital. Rockford police are still searching for who's responsible. Anyone with information should call RPD. Ingram's family is hosting a vigil near the scene of the attack tonight. That started just a few minutes ago.
An 82-year-old man is found dead after a fire in Rockford last night.
We brought this to you last night as breaking news at 10. Today, Ari Bruckman visited the complex where he learned more about what may have happened.
For the second time in months, Rockford Fire responded to an apartment fire. Back in July, everyone made it out of this building on 12th Avenue off of 11th Street. But last night, an 82-year-old man died. While firefighters were searching the building, they came across the body of a man. Rockford Fire Division Chief Matt Knott tells me he lived in the same unit where July's fire started. Several other apartments were damaged from smoke and water. The Red Cross stepped in to help 3 people and 2 children.
We're offering financial assistance, we're providing health and mental health services, and we're offering information as they get back on their feet. Imagine if you were involved in a fire, you're on the sidewalk, your clothes are inside, all of your belongings. So we really try and provide assistance immediately after to help people.
A Rockford firefighter was hurt and taken to the hospital. The fire department has deemed both fires accidental. In Rockford, for your home team, I'm Ari Bruckman.
A driver is behind bars after leading Loves Park police on a high-speed chase overnight. It happened before 3 a.m. when officers tried to make a traffic stop. Police say the driver took off, damaging the squad car's bumper in the process. Officers chased the suspect until the car stopped near a home on Cameron Avenue and Elida Street in Rockford. The driver was arrested and the vehicle towed away.
Some regions of Illinois will downgrade coronavirus mitigations by the end of the week, but that is not likely for our region. In order to transition from Tier 3 to Tier 2, the region must have less than a 12% positivity rate for 3 days straight. Hospital bed availability must exceed 20%, and declining COVID hospitalizations must be seen for 7 out of the last 10 days. Health officials say Region 1 is a day short. The state's top health officials received their first doses of the coronavirus vaccine. Illinois Department of Public Health Director Dr. Ngozi Ezike was there. The Pfizer vaccinations took place in Cook County. Dr. Ezike says she wanted to wait a few weeks to get the shot so healthcare workers could be first in line. She hopes it inspires Illinoisans to roll up their sleeves when given the chance and suggests people share vaccination photos using the hashtag VaxUpIL. An Illinois congressman who was at the U.S. Capitol at the time of last week's uprising tests positive for COVID-19. Democrat Brad Schneider released a statement confirming the diagnosis. He says he was, quote, forced to spend several hours in a secure but confined location with dozens of other members of Congress, many of whom were not wearing masks. Schneider is the third member of Congress who's had a positive COVID-19 test since last week's events.
The Better Business Bureau compiles a list of scams in the state line over the last year. Among them, counterfeit products, phishing, employment, and COVID scams. The BBB says scammers are notorious for taking advantage of current events. This year, that includes the pandemic. With many people working remotely, the Bureau has seen a local increase in digital scams. Find the full list of the 10 top scams on our website, mystateline.com. Change at the register really adds up at a local grocery chain. Schnuck Store's Roundup at the Register event raised $300,000 for nonprofits. Shoppers' extra dollars and cents were collected for 2 weeks, then donated to the Salvation Army. Organizers say all of the money raised stays local. The Salvation Army helps provide programming, shelter, food, clothes, and job training for those in need. We've got a sneak peek of a winter tradition that inspires participants to tap into their creative side. The Illinois Snow Sculpting Competition takes place every year at Sinisippi Park. Here's a preview of what's to come at the event later this month. A bear sitting on a throne of toilet paper, a bird feeding her chicks, and a heart-shaped sculpture honoring the late Rockford alderman John Beck. The competition kicks off January 27th and wraps up on the 30th.
Another state representative jumps into the race for Illinois Speaker of the House.
Coming up, anticipation grows in Springfield as more lawmakers throw their hats in the ring following Michael Madigan's campaign suspension.
Lawmakers focus on helping all Illinois students succeed. Coming up tonight at 6, state senators outline legislation to improve equity in the Illinois school system.
Nice little boost in our temperatures this afternoon thanks to that sunshine. Find out, though, if we can hang on to that for another day. Coming up here in your most trusted forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Sports Director Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candice King.
A new contender is officially in the race for Illinois Speaker of the House.
The Legislative Black Caucus endorsed Representative Emanuel Chris Welch for Speaker after current House Speaker Michael Madigan suspended his re-election campaign. Eyewitness News is keeping you connected to the Capitol. The caucus originally endorsed Madigan with the majority of their members. In a statement, the caucus thanked Madigan for his dedication to public service and leadership. Welch joins Representative Ann Williams and Representative Stephanie Kifowit as candidates in the race, but other candidates can be expected now that Madigan is sidelining himself for the time being.
I guess he doesn't think he has the votes. I don't know.
Sigh of relief, because it was exactly why I did what I did, and so I'm really excited about what the future could be. First black man being Speaker of the House, yeah.
The endorsement was unanimous for Welch, which secures him 22 votes. He would need 60 votes to be elected Speaker of the House.
Rays of sunshine are cause for celebration around here after the cloudy skies we've
nice
had.
to see. Candice suggests making the most of the sunshine because cold temperatures are on the horizon. That's coming up.
Now, your first warned weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Candice King.
Oh, what a great day, right? To be able to see all that sunshine this afternoon. A nice sun-filled day gave our temperatures a little boost back into the low to mid 30s. It felt a little cool because we still did have that breeze, but at least we had the sunshine. A live look with our Mercy House SkyTrack camera down in Rochelle, looking to the north and northwest. And what's even better, still able to see the sun on the horizon now, just a 5:15 as our sun set this evening at 4:46. Came up this morning at 7:24. Hey, let's jump forward to the end of the month, January 31st. Sun will come up at 7:10 and set at 5:10. So between now and then, we're gaining almost 40 minutes in daylight. And you can really tell these last couple of days, even though we've had the cloud cover with us for the past week and a half, we've still had some of that light on the horizon, even at this time. Now, while we've got the clear sky overhead, you've probably noticed if you're looking to the northwest, those clouds on the horizon. We've actually got a little more moisture kind of working in from the northwest down from the high plains. So this will help spill a little more cloud cover in our direction here during the overnight tonight. But we are still hanging on to that southwesterly wind through this evening, which will again keep the temperatures up, and still through the afternoon. No real cold air to be found, at least to our west, because we've got more of a downsloping wind coming down off the plains, and that downsloping wind allows that air mass to really kind of warm up. So that's why we've got that rise in the temperatures the next couple of days. The difference between today and tomorrow, we will likely feature a little bit more cloud cover. 34 our temperature in Rockford, 30 in Freeport, 28 down in Dixon, 24 the cool spot now in Rochelle, and 28 in DeKalb. Our weather watcher Sandy in the Kirkland Fairdale area this evening, checking in with 31 degrees. Beautiful sunset out there. Relative humidity sitting at 42%. Bob here in Rockford checking in with 32. Nice to be able to see the sunshine and a dew point temperature of 26. So notice what happens here as we go through the night. We've got a little more cloud cover that will move in with what's coming in from the northwest. Now, we didn't melt off a lot of snow today, but even with a little bit of melting that took place, we've got some moisture kind of down near the surface. So that could lead to some fog as we go through the overnight and then into tomorrow. Notice though, through the afternoon tomorrow, we've got the cloud cover. Futurecast wanted to bring in a couple of light showers to the north. I think a lot of us are going to stay dry during the day tomorrow. Won't be until we get into Thursday that we've got that potential for some rain moving in midday before switching over to some snow once we head into Thursday night as colder air comes in. In fact, that cold air rushing in around that area of low pressure during the day on Friday. So this means some wind-whipped snow showers as we head through Friday afternoon. And there will be some minor accumulations and could see a little bit of an impact to both the morning and afternoon commute times heading into Friday. But let's look at our 7-day forecast. 37 for both Wednesday, Thursday. We see that drop in the numbers into the 20s. Not too far off, guys, from where we should be this time of year, but it's going to feel a lot cooler just because for at least the first week and a half here, we've been relatively mild.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Leber.
Another college football season is in the books, and once again, the championship has gone to Alabama. It's the Crimson Tide's 6th under Nick Saban. Now, I'm a big fan of the playoffs, and I'm not generally a guy who favors expanding playoff fields in any of the major sports. That tends to water things down, but the time has come to expand the playoff field in college football to help break up the monopoly Alabama and a few other programs have. So, if we look at it this way, in college football, you've got the big three, Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, and then they're in the mix every year. Then you've got the next four, Oklahoma, Georgia, Notre Dame, and LSU. You know, they're not in the mix, every year, but maybe every other year for that third or fourth slot or so. So if you're a five-star blue-chip, top 50 high school football player, you want to be in the playoffs and you want to play for national championships. So where are you going to go? One of the big three or maybe one of the next four. So those same programs, they keep raking in all the top talent, making it almost impossible for other programs to break into the playoffs. Now, if you expand the playoff field to 8 teams or 16 teams, then these talented high school kids start saying, you know what? I don't have to go to one of the big three necessarily or the big four to get in. I can go to a Texas, Iowa, Wisconsin, USC, or any number of schools and now have a shot to get into the playoffs. Suddenly, the big three schools aren't getting all the five-star recruits. They'll still get their share. But now the scales between the big three, the next four, and everyone else start to even out a bit. Plus, expanding the playoff field would allow a non-Power 5 school like Cincinnati or Boise State to get into the party. Expansion has to be done, or eventually people are going to get tired of these big three contestants constantly dominating things. Now, one quick thought about Alabama quarterback Mac Jones. The more I watch him play, the more I think he might be worth the Bears considering with the 20th pick in the draft, which is right around where Jones should go. He's not a flashy player like Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, or Joe Burrow, but Jones is extremely smart, extremely accurate, throws great on the run, makes great decisions, and can read defense as well. Yeah, he was surrounded by unbelievable talent, but Mac Jones has the skills and the head to give him a chance to be a very solid NFL starting quarterback. The Bears should give Mac Jones a good, hard look leading up to the draft.
Our first Warren Interactive radar this evening will show a little more cloud cover moving in tonight. Could see some patchy fog as we head into the morning hours tomorrow. Temperatures falling by the end of the week.
All right, thanks, Candice.
Stay safe.